Celebrities who were once in dangerous cults. Famous celebrities have often fascinated the public with their talents and lifestyles, but some have also been drawn into the secretive world of cults. These high-profile individuals known for their success in entertainment, sports, or other fields found themselves entangled in groups promising spiritual enlightenment or societal transformation. From musicians seeking deeper, meaning to actors searching for community, their experiences shed light on the allure and dangers of charismatic leaders and closed communities. Exploring these IEE instances offers a glimpse into the complexities of fame, vulnerability, and the human quest for belonging beyond the spotlight. Join Facts Verse as we take a look at some celebs who were once in dangerous cults. Joaquin and River Phoenix.
River was the leader of a kind of a merry band of feral children. It was his idea to perform on the streets to get money to send the kids to school. He was the one that led the family into vegetarianism. He was the one who wanted them to go in show business, because in show business you could make money without any kind of formal education, without having all the benefits of everyone else. He was the leader of his group, including really basically his mother and his father.
Joaquin and River Phoenix had unconventional childhoods that profoundly influenced their lives and careers. Born into a family deeply entrenched in the Children of God cult, the Phoenix. Siblings experienced an unusual upbringing marked by the cult's controversial and exploitative practices. The family, including their parents John and Arlen Phoenix, joined the Children of God in the 1970s, seeking a sense of community and purpose. However, the reality of life within the cult soon became apparent, and the family struggled with its oppressive environment. River Phoenix, the older of the two brothers, and spoke about the traumatic experiences they endured while part of the cult. In an interview with Details magazine in 1991, River revealed the darker aspects of their time in the group, saying, re-ruining people's lives, the FA. Millie eventually managed to break free from the cult's grasp, a decision that allowed River and Joaquin to pursue their passions in acting and music. The departure marked a turning point, enabling them to escape the cult's control and start anew in Hollywood. River quickly rose to fame with standout performances in films like Stand By Me and My Own, Private Idaho. However, the scars from his early years remained. River's intense and often troubled persona can be traced back to his formative experiences. Joaquin, too, carried the weight of their past, channeling it into his own acting career. Known for his roles in Gladiator and Joker, Joaquin has often used his platform to advocate for social and environmental causes, perhaps as a means of addressing injustices he witnessed as a child. Alison Mack.
I just thought that wasn't really possible. I thought it happened in the movies. And now that's my life, that's my reality. I have an experience of my family that is nothing but joy, and it's astounding.
Allison Mack, once celebrated for her role as Chloe Sullivan on Smallville, became infamous for her involvement with the NXIVM cult. NXIVM, founded by Keith Raniere, was initially presented as a self-help organization, but was later exposed as a dangerous cult engaging in blackmail, human trafficking, and exploitation. Mack was introduced to NXIVM in the mid-2000s and quickly rose through its ranks, becoming a prominent recruiter and an essential figure within the organization. Mack's deep involvement in NXIVM led to play a key role in the group. Its most sinister operations. She was a significant part of Dios, a secret subgroup of NXIVM where women were coerced into becoming slaves to male masters. These women were subjected to severe psychological and physical abuse, including branding and forced labor. In a shocking turn of events, Mack herself became one of the chief enforcers of these practices. She recruited numerous women promising them personal and professional growth, only to trap them in a cycle of abuse, evil, and manipulation. In 2018, the full extent of NXIVM's criminal activities was exposed, leading to the arrest of Keith Raniere and several high-ranking members, including Allison Mack. In court, Mack expressed deep remorse for her actions, stating, "I am very sorry for the victims of this case. I am very sorry for who I have hurt through my misguided adherence to Keith Raniere's teachings." Her fall from grace was dramatic, transitioning from a beloved actress to a convicted criminal. Mack was sentenced to 3 years in prison for her role in the cult. Rose McGowan, known for her roles in Charmed and Scream, had an unconventional and challenging upbringing. Born in Italy, Rose spent the first 9 years of her life in the Children of God cult, a notorious religious group known for its controversial practices. The cult, led by David Berg, promoted unconventional beliefs and behaviors, often exploiting its members. Rose's parents, who were active in the cult, eventually became disillusioned and managed to escape, with their children settling in the United States. Rose has been vocal about her traumatic experiences in the cult. She described her early life as,
"My father, who was a pretty amazing human, but his great failing was male ego, and that he needed to be worshipped, and he called himself God with a small g."
One filled with confusion and fear, stating, "I remember a lot of collective sadness among the kids," source needed for direct quote. Her family, as departure from the cult, was a pivotal moment that allowed Rose to pursue a career in Hollywood. However, the scars from her early years lingered, influencing her strong personality and fierce advocacy for women, civil rights, and social justice. Rose's experience in the Children of God cult has been a significant part of her narrative, shaping her worldview and fueling her activism. She has shared her story in various interviews, and her memoir, Brave, where she details the psychological and emotional toll of her upbringing. Despite these challenges, Rose emerged as a powerful voice in Hollywood, using her platform to fight against the systemic abuse she experienced both in the cult and within the entertainment industry. Michelle Pfeiffer,
year-old, tells the UK Sunday Telegraph that she was roped into a cult during her days as a struggling actress, where she spent a lot of time with a very controlling couple that put her on a diet that nobody could adhere to.
An acclaimed actress known for her roles in films like Dangerous Liaisons and Batman Returns, has spoken candidly about her brief involvement with a group that practiced breatharianism, a belief that humans can live without food or double enter and subsist solely on air and sunlight. Pfeiffer was introduced to the group in her early 20s during a vulnerable period in her life when she was trying to establish herself in Hollywood. In an interview with the Sunday Telegraph, Pfeiffer revealed that she was unwittingly drawn into the cult by a seemingly normal couple who claimed to be personal trainers. They exerted a significant influence over her, dictating her diet and lifestyle while charging her large sums of money. They were very controlling. I wasn't living with them, but I was there a lot, and they were always telling me I needed to come more, Pfeiffer recalled. It wasn't until she met her first husband, actor Peter Horton, who was researching cults for a role, that she recognized the manipulative nature of the group and extricated herself. Pfeiffer's experience with breatharianism left a lasting impression on her, making her more cautious about whom she trusts and the ideologies she embraces. Her story serves as a cautionary tale about the allure of seemingly beneficial practices that can, in reality, be harmful and exploitative. Glenn Close.
And I've learned more and more about them and more about what their situation was and how vulnerable they were at certain times. So I think I really understand why they were so vulnerable to a group like that.
Glenn Close, an esteemed actress known for her roles in Fatal Attraction and Dangerous Liaisons, had a tumultuous early life influenced by her family's involvement in the moral armament MRA move meant. Close's father joined MRA when she was just 7 years old, leading the family into a strict, ideologically driven community. MRA, founded by Frankham Bookman, promoted a conservative and often authoritarian lifestyle, emphasizing absolute, moral standa, RDs, and obedience. Close has spoken about the psychological impact of growing up within MRA. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, she reflected, "You basically weren't allowed to do anything, or you were made to feel guilty about any unnatural désir. The rigid control and emotional manipulation she experienced left deep scars, contributing to her decision to leave the movement at 22. This departure marked a turning point in her life, allowing her to pursue her passion for acting and reclaim her autonomy. Close's journey from the constraints of MRA to Hollywood stardom is a testament to her resilience. Her experiences within the movement have profoundly shaped her, fueling her advocacy for mental health and personal freedom. Bethany Joy Lenz. Bethany Joy Lenz, best known for her role as Haley James Scott on One Tree Hill, has spoken out about her decade-long involvement in a cult. Lenz's experiences in the unnamed cult began during a vulnerable period in her life as she sought a sense of community, why, and belonging. Over time, the cult exerted a significant psychological grip on her, dictating many aspects of her life and leaving her emotionally drained. In an interview with Variety, Lenz revealed the extent of the control the cult had over her, saying, "Gee, they use a lot of tactics to isolate you and make you dependent on the group." Her time in the cult significantly impacted her personal and professional life, affecting her relationships and career decisions. Despite the manipulation and emotional abuse, Lenz managed to break free from the cult's grasp. She has since been vocal about her experiences, advocating for awareness and support for those who might find themselves in similar situations. Lenz's journey to recovery has been one of resilience and strength. She has used her platform to shed light on the insidious nature of cults and the importance of mental health support for survivors. David Arquette. David Arquette, known for his eclectic acting career and roles in films like Scream, had a brief but impactful encounter with the Skymont Subud cult. Arquette's involvement with Subud, a spiritual movement originating from Indonesia, was part of his search for meaning and spirituality. Subud, while not typically classified as a cult, has drawn criticism for its secretive practices and the psychological control it can exert over its followers. Arquette has openly discussed how his time with Subud influenced his life. In an interview, he mentioned, "It was a very strange experience, and it was something I did to find myself." His journey into and out of Subud reflects his broader quest for personal and spiritual growth, which has been a recurring theme in his life and career. Arquette's experiences with Subud were formative, contributing to his understanding of the often fine line between spiritual exploration and manipulation. Winona Ryder.
There I was, in so much pain, and feeling so confused, feeling so lost in my life. I wasn't allowed to complain because I was so lucky, and I was so blessed, and I made a lot of money, and my problems weren't real problems, and if I'm as nauseated as the next person when actors complain about their lives. We are blessed, we are lucky.
Winona Ryder, an iconic actress known for her roles in Beetlejuice and Stranger Things, spent part of her childhood in a countercultural community associated with the Rainbow Family. The Rainbow Family, a loosely affiliated group that espouses communal living and spiritual harmony, significantly influenced Ryder's upbringing. Her parents were involved in this alternative lifestyle. Juliette emphasized peace, love, and environmental consciousness. Ryder has spoken about how her early years in the Rainbow Family shaped her worldview and her approach to life. In an interview with Interview magazine, she reflected on her childhood, stating, "I grew up with hippie parents who were part of the Rainbow Family, and it was a very free communal way of living. This unconventional upbringing exposed her to diverse perspectives and fostered her appreciation for artistic and cultural expression. d'esprit. To the positive aspects of her early life, Ryder has also acknowledged the challenges of adapting to mainstream society after living in such a unique environment. The transition from a communal, free, spirited lifestyle to the structured world of Hollywood was not always smooth. However, her early experiences undoubtedly contributed to her distinctive persona and her ability to portray complex, multifaceted characters on screen. Patricia Arquette. Patricia Arquette, born on April 8, 1968, in Chicago, Illinois, has established herself as a versatile actress known for her dedication to portraying diverse and complex roles on screen. Her career spans decades, marked by acclaimed performances that have earned her recognition in film, television, and theater. Arquette's breakthrough came with her role in True Romance, 1993, followed by her critically acclaimed performance in Ed Wood, 1994, where she portrayed the actress and activist Kathy O'Hara. She continued to showcase her versatility in films such as Lost Highway, 1997, Bringing Out the Dead, 1999, and Boyhood, 2014, for which she won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. In addition to her film career, Patricia Arquette has been actively involved in television, starring in the hit S. Erie's Medium, 2005, 2011, where she played a psychic medium solving crimes. Her portrayal earned her an Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series, further cementing her reputation as a talented and versatile actress in both film and television. Outside of her acting achievements, Arquette has been known for her spiritual exploration and involvement with Skymont Subud, a spiritual organization founded in Indonesia that emphasizes spiritual growth through group practices. Her journey into Subud has influenced her perspective on life and spirituality, reflecting her openness to exploring different philosophies and practices. Arquette has reflected on this period of her life in interviews, describing the spiritual exploration her family undertook. In an interview with The Guardian, she mentioned, "It was a very intense experience and shaped a lot of my early thoughts about the world and spirituality. The experience was formative, influencing her perspectives and contributing to her later advocacy for various social and humanitarian causes." Despite the brevity of their involvement, the time spent in the Skymont Subud community left a lasting impact on Arquette. It introduced her to alternative ways of thinking and living, which she has carried into her adult life and career. Lisa Marie Presley. Lisa Marie Presley, born on February 1, 1968, in Memphis, Tennessee, lived a life steeped in the shadows and spotlight of her famous family legacy. As the only child of rock and roll legend Elvis Presley and Priscilla Presley, she inherited not only immense wealth, but also a legacy of musical talent and public scrutiny. Presley's musical career began in the late 1990s with her debut album, To Whom It May Concern, 2003, which received critical acclaim for its blend of rock, blues, and pop influences. Her distinctive voice and introspective songwriting earned her a dedicated fan base and solidified her as a respected artist in her own right. She continued to release albums, including Now What, 2005, and Storm and Grace, 2012, exploring personal themes and musical evolution. Beyond her music, Lisa Marie Presley was vocal about her spiritual journey, including her involvement with Scientology, a controversial religious movement founded by L. Ron Hubbard. Like other celebrities, Presley spoke openly about how Scientology's teachings and practices have influenced her life, emphasizing personal growth and self-discovery. Lisa Marie sought solace and direction within Scientology, a religion known for its controversial practices and celebrity followers. She joined the church at a young age, introduced by her mother, Priscilla Presley, and remained a dedicated member for many years. However, in 2014, Lisa Marie made the decision to leave Scientology. Her departure was marked by a significant public break from the church, a move that was both courageous and challenging. In interviews, she has been candid about her reasons for leaving, citing disillusionment and a desire for personal freedom. In a conversation with Rolling Stone, she expressed her feelings, saying, "I was slowly starting to self-destruct. They were taking my soul, my money, my everything. Her former auditor in Scientology talked about Lisa's experience, saying, "This is a girl who is a second-generation Scientologist who didn't elect to go into Scientology, but was dragged into it because her parent was in it. She didn't want to be indoctrinated or attend courses." Lisa Marie's experiences with Scientology and her subsequent departure have been well documented, shedding light on the difficulties faced by those who choose to leave this organization. Her story, underscores the complexity of breaking free from a group that had such a profound influence on her life. Peaches Geldof. Peaches Geldof, born on March 13, 1989, in London, England, was a British media personality and journalist known for her vibrant personality and controversial public image. As the daughter of musician Bob Geldof and television presenter Paula Yates, she grew up in the spotlight, eventually forging her own path in the media industry. Geldof initially gained attention for her work as a journalist and television presenter, contributing to publications such as Elle Girl and The Guardian. Her sharp wit and fearless approach to controversial topics garnered both praise and criticism, reflecting her willingness to challenge societal norms. Beyond her media career, Peaches Geldof was associated with the Ordo Templi Orientis, OTO, a religious organization that practices Thelema, a spiritual philosophy developed by Aleister Crowley. The OTO emphasizes individualism, personal development, and mystic owl practices. Geldof's involvement with the OTO, alongside her public persona, stirred intrigue and speculation in the media and among her followers. Tragically, Peaches Geldof's life was cut short when she passed away at the age of 25 in 2014. Her sudden death shocked the public and prompted reflections on her turbulent personal life and the pressures of fame. Throughout her brief but eventful life, Peaches Geldof navigated the complexities of fame and personal identity, leaving a lasting impact on the med-I landscape and beyond. Her involvement with the OTO highlighted her curiosity about spirituality and alternative philosophies, adding another layer to her enigmatic persona. Despite her untimely death, she remains remembered for her vibrant spirit, journalistic talents, and willingness to challenge conventions in both her career and personal beliefs. Shirley MacLaine. Shirley MacLaine, born on April 24, 1934, in Richmond, Virginia, is renowned not only for her acting career, but also for her exploration of spirituality and beliefs in reincarnation and past lives. Her career spans over 6 decades, during which she has earned numerous accolades and distinctions for her performances on stage, television, and film. MacLaine's breakthrough came in the 1950s with notable roles in films like The Apartment, 1960, for which she received her first ACA Demi Award nomination. She further cemented her status as a versatile actress in movies such as Irma la Douce, 1963, Sweet Charity, 1969, and Terms of Endearment, 1983, the latter earning her an Academy Award for Best Actress. Her ability to blend drama and comedy with a touch of poignancy endeared her to audiences and critics alike. Beyond her acting achievements, Shirley MacLaine has been a vocal advocate for spiritual exploration and metaphysical beliefs. She has written extensively on topics HEAs, reincarnation, karma, and the interconnectedness of all life. Her book, Out on a Limb, 1983, was a candid exploration of her spiritual journey and experiences, including her beliefs in past lives and encounters with spiritual guides. MacLaine's openness about her spiritual beliefs, including her experiences with past life regression therapy, has sparked both curiosity and controversy throughout her career. She has discussed how her beliefs have influenced her perspective on life, relationships, and the broader human experience. Throughout her life and career, Shirley MacLaine has embraced a holistic approach to existence, integrating her artistic endeavors with a profound spiritual curiosity. Her contributions to both entertainment and spiritual disco have made her a trailblazer in exploring the intersection of metaphysics and personal growth in the public eye. MacLaine has often defended her beliefs, stating, The most profound relationships you make in your life are those with your own higher self. LF, source needed for direct quote. Her openness about her spiritual journey has made her a controversial figure, yet she remains steadfast in her beliefs. Neil Young. Neil Young, the legendary musician known for his contributions to rock and folk music, had a brief association with the Children of God cult during the late 1960s. Young had involvement with the cult was part of his wider search for spiritual and personal meaning during a tumultuous period in his life. The Children of God, founded by David B. Erg, was infamous for its radical and often exploitative practices. Young's connection to the cult was short-lived, as he quickly recognized the manipulative and dangerous nature of the group. Reflecting on his experience, Young stated, "It was a crazy time. I was looking for answers, but that wasn't the place to find them." His departure from the Children of God marked a significant turn in his journey as he refocused on his music career, which continued to flourish. Juliette Lewis.
I made a decision early on to reclaim my existence on my own terms. I've taken time off from movie making. I started my band when I was 30.
J. Juliette Lewis, born on June 21, 1973 in Los Angeles, California, has carved out a multifaceted career as a versatile actress and musician. From her early breakthroughs in the late 1980s to her ongoing presence in Hollywood, Lewis has been celebrated for her bold performances and distinctive presence on screen. Lewis' first guy, net attention for her role in Martin Scorsese's Cape Fear, 1991, where her portrayal of a troubled teenager earned her an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress. This marked the beginning of a career characterized by fearless choices in Barbara II, independent and mainstream films. She further showcased her talent in movies such as Natural Born Killers, 1994, Strange Days, 1995, and The Other Sister, 1999, demonstrating her range across genres from intense dramas to dark comedies. Beyond acting, Juliette Lewis has explored her passion for music. As the frontwoman of the rock band Juliette and the Licks, she exhibited a raw energy and commanding stage presence that garnered a dedicated following. Their albums, including You're Speaking My Language, 2005, and Four on the Floor, 2006, showcased Lewis's dynamic vocals and the band's high-octane sound. In addition to her professional achievements, Juliette Lewis's personal life has occasionally drawn media attention, particularly her involvement with Scientology, a controversial religious movement. Lewis has openly identified as a Scientologist, advocating for its principles and practices. Her public support for Scientology has sparked both curiosity and debate, reflecting her commitment to the organization amidst wider scrutiny. Lewis has often defended her association with Scientology, crediting it with helping her maintain stability and focus in her life and career. In an interview with The Guardian, she explained, "I am a Scientologist. I've been a Scientologist for over 30 years. I love my religion." Despite the public scrutiny and criticism of Scientology, Lewis remains an outspoken advocate, attributing her personal growth and professional resilience to the support she has received from the Church. Demi Moore. Demi Moore, born on November 11, 1962, in Roswell, New Mexico, has become an iconic figure in Hollywood, known for her acting prowess and influence on popular culture. Her career spans decades marked by notable performances in films that have left an indelible mark on cinema. Moore rose to prominence in the 1980s with roles in movies such as St. Elmo's Fire, 1985, and About Last Night, 1986, establishing herself as a talented actress capable of portraying complex characters with depth and nuance. However, it was her role in Ghost, 1990, alongside Patrick Swayze, that catapulted her to international stardom and earned her critical acclaim, including a Golden Globe nomination. Beyond her acting career, Demi Moore has been a prominent